Yeah, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to sunny Spain. My name's Victor and I hope you're all well. I hope you're all healthy. Wanted to give a big shout out to the London Real Army. It looks like things are intensifying in the world of Orwellian censorship. I hope you're all aware of what's coming down at the moment, and we must ask the question, why is this censorship operation intensifying? Why are we all of a sudden really having to look for people like David Icke and Brian Rose, because they're not promoted at all, or the algorithm doesn't bring them out? So you've got to keep, looking and looking. But maybe that's just Spanish Wi-Fi. It's just, mañana mañana, as I'm sure a lot of you out there understand. But yeah, we're definitely experiencing a lot of censorship, and we're having to think outside the box. Now more than ever, millions of people are at home doing some research, and the fact that David Icke and Brian Rose went out to over 1 million people is a symptom of the great spiritual, political awakening that's now going on here in the Western world. It's up to the Western world, really, in my opinion, to wake up and to transform the rest of the world, because we're the big consumers, aren't we, here in the West, whether it's America, England, Italy, Spain, wherever. We in the Western countries, we tend to consume, the majority of things. Commodity production tends to, focus more on the West. And Brian Rose is exposing the broken system. He is the top of the spear. With David Icke, obviously, he's really the top of the spear, because David Icke woke me up at the beginning of 2002, just after 9/11. I started waking up, and I started reading Alice in Wonderland, a World Trade Center disaster, and that book shifted my consciousness, as it were. And from that moment, I went on a journey of self-discovery, which led me to all sorts of rabbit holes, as I'm sure a lot of you out there are experiencing. So it doesn't surprise me that this censorship is intensifying. The powers that be see the awakening going on. The more tyrannical they become, the more of our freedoms they try to take away, the more people wake up. It's inevitable. So yes, it's scary on the one hand, but wonderful and exciting on the other hand. We are living in transformative times. So people like Brian Rose and David Icke and Dr. Kaufman and Buttar, and just the hundreds of other people that Brian Rose have interviewed are, alternative way of thinkers, alternative thinkers. I'm sure they've appeared in mainstream communication, but they're very brave people. Dr. Tenpenny, very brave. There are hundreds of others I could mention that Brian Rose hasn't interviewed, like the author of The Medical Mafia, Ghislaine Langtot from Canada, I think she is a doctor, and it's just many others. Stephanie South of the Foundation for the Law of Time, and that's a big thing I'm supporting. Calendar reform, change the 12-month Gregorian calendar to the 13-month 28-day calendar. We need to think outside the box. We need to open our minds. And what's happening? People are being led to alternative thinkers. So I know that I'm fresh on YouTube and my videos probably won't be seen, but I don't care. I'm getting the message down. I'm sending it out there. And I will also use BitChute and alternative platforms. And that's what we all have to do, ladies and gentlemen. We all have to move away from the major platforms that control our communication systems. But there's geniuses out there, people like Brian Rose, who are building their own independent platforms. So I'm gonna buy I'm gonna buy a t-shirt, London Real t-shirt, something like that, and you know, donate and contribute the best way I can. So let's all stick together, people. Time to wake up, time to take the red pill, time to spread your wings, time to open your consciousness, read alternative information. Something I always recommend: The Foundation for the Law of Time, calendar reform, the calendar change reform movement, the law of time. We must promote radical transformation, and there's nothing more radical than transforming the calendar. Transform it from account book to synchronicity, and then you'd see how massively our society would change. So freedom of speech, freedom to express your opinion, freedom for critical thinking, freedom for independent sovereignty, freedom to love and to cherish the present moment. So love to you all, and a big shout out to London Real Army. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, babies.